The Fake Baseball Podcast is brought to you by Moonshots MLB. Whether season-long DFS or wagering is your thing, Moonshots MLB has the tools and content to help you succeed. All in one place with an easy-to-navigate, clean user interface. Basic stats combined with enriched StatCast data provide you a unique and fun experience. Weekly projections and weekly schedule to spot matchups for your start-sit decisions for the season-long players. DraftKings and FanDuel projections and optimizer for the DFSers. Wagering, got that too. A full odds board with game lines and player props for multiple markets and sportsbooks, featuring calculated ROI, and so much more. If Moonshots MLB isn't part of your fantasy DFS or wagering process, you are missing out. Be a part of a growing and exciting community. Follow them on X at Moonshots MLB for more information. Moonshots MLB, more than just your average launch angle. What is going on, everybody? We are here for the Tuesday episode of the Fake Baseball Podcast. I am Blake Meyer, back at it again with my man Dylan Lydell.
That's a throwback, dude. That's a throwback, dude. I'm doing it. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm going to the Rainiers game today.
Yes, sir.
I got Diamond Club seats.
Chose the
That's
right
why
day.
if you're watching in the live, I did. We are about an hour and a half early recording the live because I got places to be. So if y'all happen to watch the Tacoma Rainiers game tonight and you see somebody drunk behind home plate with a pitching ninja shirt on, no, you didn't.
It's probably not you. It's probably not you.
Not. Even if he looks a lot like me, it's probably not me. I can't wait to watch that though. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even looked up the starting lineup or who's pitching or any of that tonight.
Who cares?
I'm just
Enjoy
so
your
excited
time.
to watch live baseball, dude. And it's the one thing of semi-professional baseball that's close to home too. I can go do that comfortably and still get home at a reasonable hour.
Minor league games are a little underrated, man. Those are a lot of fun.
They are, especially I love going to Rainiers games when they have like the $10 ticket and you get a hot dog and a water and you can sit in the grass in the outfield.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that, dude. And I mean, if you live in the area and you're listening, the Rainiers don't do much for ticket checks after like the third inning. So buy yourself those $10 tickets with a hot dog and a drink.
Not a bad seat in that
your
place,
hot dog and drink, go sit somewhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I need to work on getting me and you some media credentials for a Rainiers game. Get us in there for a game, see what's going on. I think I might be able to pull some strings. But if you are in the live right now or you're watching this on YouTube, what up to you? Our main man, Ted, Uncle Ted, helped us up with some more graphics. We got an updated overlay for the stream. It moves now. It's pretty cool. And if you haven't noticed at the bottom, it is flickering in and out. We do have a contest going right now. We have partnered with Fantasy Pros to work on a giveaway for a year premium subscription to Fantasy Pros Premium. It's incredible. There's so many tools. I think it's over $100 worth of value. All you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube at the Fake Baseball Podcast and the Fantasy Pros MLB YouTube. Subscribe to both. Send me a DM, a screenshot, tweet at us, message us literally in our Facebook if you can find us, and just let us know that you did it and show some proof and you are entered. The contest runs until Sunday, February 28th, and then we will be announcing the winner live on the following Tuesday episode, which I was just talking to Dylan before this. We actually have a guest for that episode too, so he can help us announce the winner of the giveaway. We'll keep the guest a secret. We do have a guest coming this Thursday. I guess we'll lay it all out for you guys. We got a guest coming this Thursday. Gary Sheffield Jr. will be joining us again on the podcast to talk Yankees, to talk Mariners, to just talk baseball in general. We love that guy. He's been on with us before. He's a lot of fun to listen to. I personally will be going on the Sleeper and the Bust, the Fangraphs podcast with Justin Mason and Jason Collette on Sunday, bright and early, 8 a.m. So whenever, I don't know what time they put episodes out. So you can.
I was about to say, are they live streaming those?
They do typically live stream those, I believe. So y'all can come and watch me talk baseball with Justin. I got to meet him and Jason out at Tout Wars. I don't think Jason remembers though, because he had a few adult beverages before I got there. He was enjoying himself in his Tampa Bay Rays jersey. But I got to meet Justin. Justin is awesome. So that'll be a lot of fun. But let's get into the meat and the potatoes of the damn thing. We're here to talk our biggest breakout hitters in fantasy baseball for the month of May. We're in the last full week of April, so we're trying to get a little jump on it right now. So, Dylan, who would you say is your first breakout hitter for the month of May?
Kind of boring, but I'm just happy to see him get back on track. Because his game isn't, too inspiring by any means, and that's Nico Horner. He's back up to his 290, but he really had a tough stretch to get out the season or getting going. Was benched for a game or two. I remember benched for one of them out in Seattle, but past couple weeks, man, hitting close to 400, I believe, 370, 6 RBIs, 9 runs scored. Hasn't stolen a base yet, which is a little weird to me, considering that's a big part of his play style. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's just like the lack of getting on base early, but past couple weeks, you'd think he would maybe have a couple by now just because he's been getting on base more. But overall, I'm just happy to see that he's kind of getting back to his normal self, because I know he was a guy a lot of people, got into those earlier mid-ish rounds. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Nico Horner.
I love that one a lot. He is somebody that I have actually gotten messaged about a few times lately, asking whether or not he should be dropped. For the record, no, please don't drop Nico Horner. He's in that category of he's really good and he is kind of figuring things out as he goes. I think it's just a slow start. A lot of I shouldn't say a lot. Some of the issues he's having is coming from the fact he just hasn't barreled the ball up yet. But he's not a guy that typically does. He only had a 1.7% barrel rate last year, 1.8% barrel rate for his career. In 1,300 career batted balls, he has 23 barrels. It's just not really a part of his game. But there are things that I love. His line drive rate is almost 30%. When it comes to higher batting average, higher BABIP, all that, line drives are king. Soft hit line drives are the king of kings, and that's literally what he's hitting, just little baby line drives, and that works. He's not a big power guy, obviously, but there's so many things in his game that are very similar to years past. I think he's going to be okay. His zone contact down to 89%, but trending up, like you said, those numbers are getting back up there. He had an insane almost 95% zone contact last year, which is really high.
That's insane.
But his chasing less pitches, swinging strike rate is essentially the same. Overall contact rate is right on with his career mark. I think Nico Horner is a great pick by you, because again, this is just a slow month of April. Yeah. Hello, brother. But yeah, I honestly think Nico Horner makes a great trade target ahead of May, because there is a lot to like there, and it seems to get easier to hit the ball in Chicago, kind of the deeper you get into the warmer months. May's not technically a warmer month, but it's warmer than April. So it's going to get better. So
yeah,
I love that one. A lot to like there with Horner. And yeah, he should be fairly cheap right now in almost all leagues. Category leagues, he'll be cheap because the limited stolen bases, like you said, that'll change. And he scored 16 runs, which is cool. He's walking more, almost as much as he strikes out. Dude, go get him. Even in a points league, I love Horner right now. Go get him. Go get yourself some Horner. My first one is, it's Bryce Harper. Dude, I promise we're not going to name a bunch of big name guys, but mine's Bryce Harper. This has been a slow start for Bryce. He's got 4 home runs, driven in 14 runs so far, hitting 241. Not terrible, but then when you look at the fact that 3 of his home runs came in one rate. He's on the paternity list.
Okay.
That's also part of the reason why he's on my list right now. Nobody performs better in a sporting event than a man who just had a child. That is just time and time again. It always seems to happen. Every time somebody has a baby, they come back with a fucking vengeance.
Hey, that's a good point. No, that's a fair point. I can't dispute that. And that's bad strength.
We all know how good Bryce Harper is in general. So being that good already and then just having yourself a fresh little baby coming back to start the month of May just on a tear. Yeah, Bryce Harper that's my first breakout for May. How are you feeling about Harper in the month of May?
I mean, he's one of the superstars of the game. He's one of the guys you just don't worry about. You know he's going to get it figured out. The track record's too good. He's not a guy you should be panicking. 250, 240, 241. That's not bad. Pete Alonso's hitting 240, but he's got 7 bombs. But I think Bryce Harper is going to finish around that 270, 280 mark. Not as many home runs as Pete Alonso, but the fact that he's not in, not swinging it like Bryce normally does, and he's still hitting 240 with 4 bombs and 14 RBIs, he's going to be just fine. Because if that's the floor for Bryce, we're going to be A-okay.
He still has his highest hard hit rate since 2021 still. Hasn't barreled the ball up as much, but highest hard hit rate since 2021. Watch out for Bryce Harper. I mean, I think most people probably were already watching out for Bryce Harper. I just think this May could be one of those months. If you play MLB The Show, Bryce Harper could win the Lightning Player for May. he could have that level of a month of May, and I am excited for it. I have him in 5 different leagues, so I'm hoping that it happens, but I genuinely do. No bias at all. I genuinely do. 86% zone contact rate for Bryce Harper is the second highest of his career. He's chasing 36% of pitches, which is the lowest he's chased since 2021. Swinging at 77% of pitches in the zone. The dude's he gets it. He's a baller. He's going to be okay. So Bryce Harper, be ready for the month of May. Dad strength is activated as soon as he gets his ass back in that lineup. And Dylan, who is your next player to watch your breakouts for the month of May?
Yeah. I actually forgot for a second, and then I had it pulled up on my tab here. And I was like, who did I have? I got Jesse Winker, man. Dude's been killing it this year to get out the gates. And so if we're looking for breakout hitters to have a good May specifically, I want to find guys, for me at least, that are swinging a hot bat the past week or two, because I think that carries over. And Jesse Winker, man, but it doesn't really look, if you look at how he's doing the past couple weeks or past month, he's just been swinging it. And I don't know if this is May specifically, but he's just had a bounce back start to the season in general. I'll kind of cheat and push it April and May, because I don't think anybody saw this coming. Baseball Savant page looks so much better than it has the past couple years. And we saw it firsthand. He was a tough watch that year he was here. He looks like that Cincy version of him. He's playing some good defense in the outfield, which is very frustrating. Yeah, man, I got to give Jesse Winker his flowers, because this is the guy I was expecting to get when he was shipped over here. Good for him. Good for him.
He will always forever be a Mariners legend for the 2-finger salute to Angels fans.
I got something to show you.
Oh, boy. Dylan's going to show us some. I completely agree on Jesse Winker. He's been really hot. I've been asked about him a bunch lately. I haven't really had much of an idea either way of what I felt about him. I couldn't tell if it was just a hot start or if he made actual tangible changes that were turning into better results.
Simply Seattle.
Let's go. The double wink. Dude, I need to get that shirt. I need to get that shirt.
That was my Seattle, man. Shout out to y'all.
That was my header picture on Facebook for a year and a half. Yeah.
No way. Yeah. I don't think you're fitting the medium there, boss. But
absolutely not. Absolutely, I would rip that in half like Macho Man Randy Savage.
We'll turn it into a cutoff muscle shirt.
See, there's always a silver lining. That I could do. I mean, I'm not really going to impress nobody, but Tyler would probably like it if I walked around the house like that. But yeah, I was really unsure either way about Jesse Winker, how I felt. I'm really actually starting to come around to him and his outlook for the rest of the season, especially May. He is trending in the right direction. at the end of April. And there's a lot of things that I like with his game. I mean, again, like I mentioned with Horner, with the line drive rate, Jesse Winker's line drive rate right now is all the way up to 28.8%, the highest of his career. Now, that has come because his fly ball rate has dropped to 25% and his ground ball rate has gone up to 46. I don't like a Jesse Winker with a 46% ground ball rate because he ain't beating no infield singles out.
No.
But the fact that it's still below 50% and a lot of that regression on the fly ball rate went into line drives, I love that because he does barrel the ball up a decent amount. He makes good hard contact, always has. Some of the best plate discipline in baseball.
Yeah.
That might be one of the most overlooked parts of his game, just consistently double-digit walk rate. Constantly
he did have that
base.
here. He did have that.
He did. Almost a 16% walk rate in Seattle. Can't fault him for that. He hit 219 with a 344 OBP. That's crazy. That's like Kyle Schwarber level getting on base.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. In 2020, he hit a 388 OBP. In 2021, 394. Good for you, Winker. Get back to that. He's at a 439 right now. So for those of you that asked me about Jesse Winker in the past, I'm going to use Dylan's nomination for a breakout player for the month of May to say I fully endorse that, and I think you should be adding Jesse Winker in every league that's not a 10-team league.
I kind of got sniped on him last week. I was telling you before we hopped on and hit live. Yeah, I kind of got sniped. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my IL spots, drop people and then add them onto the IL list and then pick up Winker. But somebody beat me to the draw.
Sometimes you got to be a little quicker than that. You got to be a little earlier rather than a little later.
Yeah.
I like Winker for May. And then I guess my next nomination for May is somebody that we have not talked about on this podcast at all. So fresh new name for y'all. Wilyer Abreu of the Boston Red Sox. Outfielder. Still a rookie. He only played 28 games at the major league level last year. Shout out McAfee for taking over my screen when I'm trying to look at the stats here. But one thing that people need to pay attention with Abreu is the fact that the Boston Red Sox have been very open about the fact that they are doing everything in their power to make sure that he's in the lineup every single day. That is a very, 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 very important thing when it comes to these rookies and these guys that you're kind of unsure about. Maybe you've never heard of Wilyer Abreu before. It's a new name to you. Don't let it be a new name after today. The Boston Red Sox, one of the biggest teams in baseball, are making it a point to have him in the lineup every day, and he is producing. I mean, he's got 8 hits in his last 4 games. He's driven in a run in 4 straight games. He's got 4 stolen bases on the season and 5 doubles, which absolutely love to see. And he's hitting at the top of the lineup. He's hit 2, 3, 4, 5 consistently lately. He started the year batting a little towards the bottom, but they've moved him back up, and he's hitting cleanup currently, which is insane. Good on base guy, 15% walk rate, kind of like Winker. Strikes out a little much for a points league for me, but he does the other things enough to, I think I could overlook that a little bit. Wilyer Abreu, especially one that hits at the top of the lineup like this, is one that is going to go nuts in the month of May when he gets a full month's worth of at-bats. He's got a full month's worth under his belt. 3 hits in 2 of his last 3 games. Nuts. So keep your eye out for Wilyer Abreu. I think he's going to have a big season. I think he's going to have a big season, but I think he's going to have an even bigger month of May. Dylan, you got any thoughts on Wilyer Abreu?
Not too many. I'm trying to gather them, I guess, as we go. And
I feel it.
Yeah, hitting 280, but he's another guy. Past couple weeks, that's where I went to. Where's he at here? 353 past couple weeks. Yeah, 4 stolen bases, 7 RBIs with the bomb on top of it all, 8 runs scored. 280 on the year, and like you said, first thing I really care to look at is like their strikeout to walk ratio. That's just where my eyes go first. See how they're doing there. I think that tells a lot of the story. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. And then I'll look at the other stuff. The other stuff could work itself out, but yeah, like you said, striking out a lot, but still finding a way to produce, hitting 280 at that clip. So Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll keep my eye on him. I'm not too familiar with him. Like I've been more keen on Tyler O'Neill, Yoshida, Duran. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tyler O'Neill is back today.
Mm-hmm.
Back from his concussion and everything. It's good to see him only miss a little bit of time. He's so good at baseball. I want him to be consistently in the lineup every day and not be getting hurt on these freak injuries like that. So seeing him back is nice, especially with all that power he's had this year. It's hard to not hit that many home runs with the big ass arms that he's got, though. Yeah, Wilyer Abreu. Keep an eye on Wilyer Abreu. Dude, there's a lot of things to like. Yeah, again, not a 10-team league kind of pickup. He's like a 12-team league with an expanded outfield, like a 5-man outfield in a 12-team league. Snatch up Wilyer Abreu. Any league bigger than 12 leagues, even with only 3 outfielders, pick up Wilyer Abreu. Can't stress enough. At-bats are important. Finding guys on the waiver wire that hit consistently towards the top of the lineup can be difficult, especially in those deeper leagues. So he's not going to hit you 30 home runs. He's not going to steal you 45 bases. He's not going to hit you 280 over the course of a season, but he's going to contribute enough in enough stats that in points leagues and category leagues, he's going to be a consistent contributor for the rest of the season. But outside of that, we got one more player, but I just wanted to also say that the Fake Baseball Podcast is also brought to you by our Patreon. If you guys see it, it is all over our logo. Shout out Uncle Ted for the awesome logos. Check out our Patreon. It is patreon.com/the Fake Baseball Podcast. We get a lot of written content over there, as well as bonus episodes of the podcast. If you guys enjoy listening or watching this, you can catch us over there every Wednesday for a new exclusive Patreon episode that is ad-free, and we get some cool extra little written content over there as well. Last week I did a kind of like a pitching streamer article with some kind of basic fantasy thoughts throughout the week on different players, and I want to give myself a shout out. I don't typically do this, but my pitching streamer article last week, I didn't do Monday. I did Tuesday to Sunday. 6 pitchers. Ryan Nelson was one of them. He only pitched 2 innings on Thursday for the Diamondbacks, so that one kind of sucked a little bit. But overall, my team went 5-0 with 4 quality starts. I guess not my team, but the choices I picked. 5-0 with 4 quality starts, a 1.01 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, and 26 strikeouts across 35 innings. We're giving you guys winners. Everyday winners. And all of these guys are guys that were very readily available last week. Now, Ranger Suarez was last Tuesday's choice. He's not a streaming option anymore because I put it up there last Tuesday before he pitched the complete game shutout against the Rockies and then just threw a 7-inning 1-hit gem over the weekend. He's not going to be available anymore, but we're serving up winners for you guys. So go check that out. Patreon.com/the Fake Baseball Podcast. It's only $5 a month. I mean, that's good for the whole month, $5, all the content we put out, all the bonus episodes. That's less than the cup of coffee you got yourself this morning on the way to work. So that goes a long way towards helping us out.
I guess I can say to this is Jose Caballero and Ahmad Rosario are good at baseball right now.
Very good at baseball right now. I know we talked about it before, but do you miss Cabby a little bit right now?
Yeah, I would take him over Rayleigh in a heartbeat. And it's a defense thing, man. Polanco's killing me. Even against the Rockies, there was those 2 plays that Demo made late in the game. The diving play deep in the 4-hole when the infield's drawn in, and then a diving play over the middle. Polanco's not making either of those plays. It didn't end up winning them the game, but it forced extras at least. Like, Demo played a hell of a game that day, and he's not swinging a hot bat, but I think it shows that defense matters in some ways. And just like those outs that aren't being made on the field around with everybody else. I don't know. Demo's playing really good defense, but Cabby, he's swinging it too and plays good defense. So I would probably rather take him over Rayleigh. Yeah.
I would too, because I don't like Luke Rayleigh at all.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. I haven't since the day we traded for him. I didn't like him last year, even when he was off to the hot start. I was talking to somebody about it on Twitter last week. And And essentially for Rayleigh's career, he had this is a rough guess. I don't fully remember. It's like a 240 plate appearance stretch where he played great baseball. If you take the entire rest of his career combined, it's like 380 career plate appearances where he's hitting like 207.
Yeah.
So we have enough data at this point where you can confidently say that one stretch at the beginning of last year, like March, April, May, June of Rayleigh, is an outlier stretch. That's not Luke Rayleigh. He rode that hype train that the Tampa Bay Rays had going last year, which everybody seemed to do.
Everybody, yeah.
It made Taylor Wells look good. So I don't like Luke Rayleigh. Give me Cabby back, man.
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
me Cabby
just
back.
like I would rather have Cabby than Polanco is kind of what I was saying. Like I would rather have Cabby man down second over Polanco. That's just like, man, it's so hard to watch Polanco on defense, man. It's so tough.
It is. They need to find a way to get him into the lineup in a different way because that's not going to cut it for a full year. Maybe if Garver keeps
many
struggling,
plays that just aren't being made. That's the thing.
It's rough.
And that just puts more stress on the pitching staff.
But my final guy that is a breakout for the month of May, kind of using your ideology for your guys, kind of people that are trending into the month, would be Kerry Carpenter, somebody that we were big on before the season. Dylan used to joke about how much I love the Tigers during draft season. Kerry Carpenter was one of those guys. They're a good team right now. And Carpenter is trending in the right direction. He started off terribly, like to the point where he was looking like he might get benched. He was playing so bad. But over his last 50 plate appearances, which is 13 games, he's hitting .370 with 3 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, and 12 ribbies. He has driven in a run in 7 straight games, and he is making great contact on the ball. That's always been the case for him, though. In that stretch, he has a 15% barrel rate and a 56% hard hit rate. Dude's just tattooing the baseball, which we love to see. He has that kind of power. It's just a matter of him getting hot. He is a very streaky player, but he still put up over 20 home runs last year.
Do they still limit him to righties only, or are they letting him swing it off lefties too?
It's mainly just righties only. Still. I don't know if lately it's been a little different, though.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like he's been in the lineup playing every day for the most part. Just looking at the game log for the past month, I'm not seeing any games that he was absent in. And so since the 9th, he's played in every – actually, no. Okay, hold on. I might be lying. He didn't play the 10th or 11th either. So this is at the bottom here. So 9th, 12th, and then through on. He's recorded a hit in all but one game. And it was, April 14th against the Twins, but since the 15th, he's recorded 1 or more hits in each game.
Yeah, he's just been absolutely on fire. Same with that Tigers team. It looks like he's had 7 at bats against lefties all year. So he is kind of just a righty guy.
Utilizing his strengths, man. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. And I mean, guys that really only hit against one-handed pitchers can be okay. Like, I think Gunnar Henderson they let him hit against lefties, but he sucks ass against lefties, but he still put up almost 30 home runs last year, even being able to do that. Kerry Carpenter last year, to use the same guy as an example, he hit like 24 home runs last year, I think it was. And same thing, just really only played against righties, 20 home runs in only 118 games. Stole 6 bases too. The dude can move. And he hit 278. So he's hitting .310 overall this year with 10 extra base hits in 23 games. Ooh, wee. I like that. So keep your eye on Kerry Carpenter. He's heating up at the right time. That Tigers lineup is heating up at the right time. And like you said, he is trending up heading into May. I think he makes a good cheap trade target right now. I know he's available in a decent amount of leagues too. So if he's on the waivers, he's absolutely worth an add. Same parameters, not in a 10 team. Don't add Kerry Carpenter in a 10 team. I'm iffy in a 12 team with 3 outfielders. if you have two really good outfielders already and you want Kerry Carpenter to be your third outfielder, maybe you're like a diehard Tigers fan or something, or just want to get somebody that might be a little different in your lineup, he could be a third outfielder in a 12-team 3-outfield league. I really like him more in the expanded 5 outfielders there. And anything beyond that, Kerry Carpenter needs to be on the squad. So make sure y'all are doing that. But Dylan, is there anything you want to say to the people right now?
Go Mariners. I don't got much else to say than that. Let's go get them tonight, boys.
Absolutely. We need to keep riding this.
I'm going Saturday. I figured it out finally. Going Saturday.
Hell yeah, there we go.
Yep.
I need to get to a game soon too.
Terrace Club, baby.
Oh, you're in the good seats.
Mm-hmm.
The real good seats.
Yes, sir.
Again, make sure you guys do enter our giveaway. All you have to do, we have a lot more people watching this now than when I said it in the beginning. We are running a giveaway. We have partnered with Fantasy Pros. All you need to do is subscribe to our YouTube page at the Fake Baseball Podcast and subscribe to the Fantasy Pros MLB YouTube page as well. If you subscribe to both, if you're watching the live, you can see it right down here. If you are watching right now in the live, you can make sure that you go and do that. Once you subscribe to both, just hit me with the DM or Dylan with the DM or the show with the DM on literally any of our socials. Go hit that out. Go hit that up, and we will enter you in there. It goes until Sunday, April 28th. I almost forgot what month we were in. And yeah, we will announce the winner live on the Tuesday episode after that. And you win a free year premium subscription to Fantasy Pros. Now, keep in mind, that's a full calendar year. That's not just, you get it for the baseball season. No, you get that free subscription you can use it for baseball. You can use it for fantasy football, for fantasy NHL, for fantasy basketball. It's good for all of that. It's good for 12 months. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss out on all that premium content. So please go enter that giveaway. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube at Fake Baseball Pod. Make sure you subscribe or follow, I guess, the Instagram at Fake Baseball Pod and on TikTok at Fake Baseball Pod. And you can catch us on X at Fake Baseball. Follow us everywhere. We love y'all. Thank you again for watching, and we will catch you guys on Thursday.